Hello and welcome to today's video. My name is Arian Ney, and in today's video we'll be talking about why you should surround yourself with positive people. Actually, that's BS. We'll be talking about why you should not surround yourself with positive people. I know it sounds crazy, but you'll find out why. Starting off this video, I want to jump back in time a few weeks back to a quarterly reporting meeting together with my business partner and investor Jakob Mähren. My business partner Kinam and I, we're running a Bowl Media, and Jakob is one of our business partners, but also investors, and we have quarterly reporting meetings where we run through all the numbers that we generate with our business. So we're going into this boardroom. There's also the C-level of the Mähren AG, which is his company. And we're all going in there with high frequency, good vibes, shaking hands and all that. And then finally, when Jakob is in front of me, I reach in for the high five. I'm like, hey, how are you? And he's like, not so good. And I was like, not so good. What is this meant to be? And as he was walking around the table, the huge boardroom table, you can imagine time was going so slow. I was like, what happened, right? And when he finally reached his seat, he sat down, looked me straight into the eyes and goes, not so good when I see these numbers. For the next 10 minutes, I had one of the most electrifying conversations of my life. Well, it was not so much a conversation, it was more so him telling me things. And I was listening for 10 minutes straight. And basically, the content of this conversation, and it was very heated and very harsh, was, Arian, this is not up to the standard of quality that you have for yourself. These numbers do not represent your quality standard. And you can imagine it was very harsh, and it was very also loud, and it was very just, you know? And that was something that was very hard for me to face at first. Also in this situation, my ego was like, oh, come on, like, yeah, I got it. Like, don't overdo the whole thing. But then really when I had time afterwards to reflect on what he was saying, I started realizing, hey, he wasn't just being like this to put me down. What he was doing is he was holding me accountable to a higher quality standard. He was holding me accountable. He was not lying into my face being like, oh yeah, these numbers are all good, I'm so happy, blah, blah, blah. No, he wasn't being positive, he was being real with me. And I think that's what real allies in life should be like. They're real and they don't tell you the convenient lies, they tell you the inconvenient truths. So therefore, I'm very grateful to have business partners like Jakob Mähren that call out the bullshit, the BS, when it is there. So going back to the question, no, you should not surround yourself with positive people. You should not. You should surround yourself with people that have high standards, that hold you accountable. People that when they see BS, they call it out. They call you out on it, and it might in the moment sound very harsh, but hey, at the end of the day, I'm now working way harder again. I'm still being happy as I'm working, but I realized, hey, I was stagnating, and stagnation is death. And if he wouldn't have told me exactly in the way he was telling me it, I wouldn't have woken up from this stream of stagnation. And it sometimes needs people like that. They're just like straight up, honest, and brutal to our face. And I know that if it would have been fluffy, I wouldn't have gotten the message. So this is what we can conclude from this. Surround yourself with people that have high standards. Now, here are two inconvenient truths about positivity and positive people. The first one, very important, there is absolutely, I repeat, no skill, absolutely no skill in finding positive people. Here is why. You attract who you are. Think about Mahatma Gandhi. He said, be the change you want to see in the world. Flashback to yesterday evening, I was getting together with a few people that worked with me in the past, and we're at this dinner table with 10 people. And as I was sitting there, I was like, you can tell from my body language right now, like I was getting so uncomfortable. And I was like, what is this? Like, where does this uncomfort coming from? So I was just listening. And as I was listening, I was realizing, wow, there are so many negative emotions, so many negative words, so many just negative things that are being put in the universe. Like gossiping, talking negatively about others, just pointing out negatives instead of positives. And that's when I realized the only thing I wanted to do as fast as I could was leave this dinner. Leave this dinner. And this is why I'm saying it is so easy to find positive people. If you are positive, if your frequency is up here, if this is your frequency, and there are people that are on this low frequency, there is not like, you just don't want to be there. Your body will do everything to just leave. You will automatically attract who you are. And if your frequency is to be positive all the time, then you will attract automatically positive people. There's nothing special to it. You don't have to seek for it. You don't have to look for positive people. It's not a thing. And if you right now have unpositive, negative people in your life, there is a reason for it. You are attracting them. They are a mirror of who you are. So if you're wondering, hey, why am I right now attracting all these negative people? That's probably because there is some unprocessed work that you have to do with yourself. So at this dinner, I realized, hey, this is not it. So I just left, I dipped, I was the first one to leave, and I was very happy about this decision because I realized, hey, this is not my frequency anymore, even though I worked with some of these people for like 1 or 2 years, but now I could not imagine working with the same people again. I know it sounds harsh, but if this is your quality standard, this is your quality standard, and you should not be apologetic about it. Now, the second inconvenient truth is positive people won't do your work. Positive people won't do your work. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is it's you versus you. It's you versus you. I want to go back to a quote by Henry Ford, and he said, quality means doing it right when no one is looking. What does this mean? It means that the times where it really matters is when we are alone. Yes, it is easy to be positive when we're surrounded by positive people. But what about that strength from within? What about that positivity that comes from here, deep down here, from your heart, that you can show even when there is no one around? I was making this presentation, I was pumped, I was ready, I was excited to be sharing this video with you. But I didn't need anyone to tell me, hey, you gotta be positive, hey. Like there was no DM coming about like, hey, I'm looking forward to the next video. Well, there are, but like, you get what I mean. There is no external influence that I'm looking for. And this is really when we tap into our highest potential, into our highest power, when we're able to generate the feelings that we want from within. And this is called the 7th direction. In life, there are 7 directions. I want to tap on this very briefly. I might make another video on this. But in life, there are 7 directions, right? There's north, east, south, and west. There's above, there is below. And then there's the most important one, the 7th direction. That's the direction which is going to within, the center. The center, the within, is where all our power lays. This is where we should have our positivity, not from external factors, not from outside, not the other 6 directions, right? Because that's always, if there's a positive person, I'll be positive. That's dependency. The question is, what's coming from here? What fire are you sparking? Do you need another spark to be a fire, or are you the spark that makes fires? So coming to that is, I want to conclude this by saying, don't seek people who generate positive energy and become dependent on them, but instead be the positive energy, be the generator, and let them follow you. I hope this makes sense to you, and I hope you now understand why you shouldn't be going after positive people, but instead you should surround yourself with people who have high standards, people that will hold you accountable, people that will tell you the inconvenient truths when you need to hear them. All right? Now, comment down below, how do you generate positive energy? I'm super excited to listen and to actually read through the comments. Take your time, and this will be a great exercise for you to realize, hey, what is actually giving me positive energy? What feeds my fuel? What is my fuel? What feeds myself? So that I don't have to go outside and seek other people to gain that positive energy and leech it from them. All right, comment down below, and talking about positivity, make sure to leave a thumbs up for this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one.